Here comes invasion, comic invasion. Welcome, here we are for everyone.
Not even I would do that.
The tradition of live readings in Finland, but this is very fascinating, so we want to try it as we were asked to do it. And I am Roju, and here is Shambhavi from Femicomix Finland Kollektiv. And these will not be our own comics, but comics from our collective. So you can see some of the same artists and some of the same works in Gallery Neurotitan. Until next Saturday, there is an exhibition still going about Finnish comics. Two collectives, Kuti and Femicomix Finland. And what else?
We'll be doing it in Finnish and English. Some of the comics that are in Finnish, Roju will read the Finnish text and I will read the English text. And we also have the sign language translations. So yeah, I hope you all enjoy it.
Are you ready? Yes.
Yes.
Mona, yllätys.
Mona's surprise.
Tuoksuupa täällä rapussa joku ihana ruoka?
What a nice smell of food here in the corridor.
Ai se tuleekin mun luota.
Oh, it's coming from my place?
Täällä on jotakin pataruokaa tulella.
There is some casserole cooking here.
Pöytäkin on katettu.
Even the table is set.
Mitä kummaa täällä tapahtuu?
What is going on in here?
Mitä täällä lattialla oikein on?
What is this on the floor?
Ruusun terälehti.
A rose petal.
Nämä menee ikään kuin makuuhuoneeseen.
These are like leading to my bedroom.
Tervehdys, rakkaimpani.
Hello, my love.
Mitä sä teet mun kotona?
What are you doing in my home?
Ajattelin järjestää pienen yllätyksen.
I wanted to give you a nice surprise.
Hyvää ruokaa, hyvää juomaa ja villiä seksiä.
Some good food, good drinks, and wild sex.
Ai kuva tästä ainutlaatuisesta hetkestä.
Oh, taking a picture of this unique moment?
Ei, vaan todistusaineistoa oikeuteen.
I don't understand. I just wanted to give you a nice surprise. Sorry.
Mä en ymmärrä. Halusin vaan järjestää mukavan yllätyksen. Ja mä soitan nyt poliisit.
And now I'm gonna call the police.
Etkö sä siis yhtään ilahtunut?
Weren't you pleased at all?
Tilanne olisi tällainen, että mun asuntoon on tunkeuduttu. Mitä sä oikein teet, Mona?
So the situation is that someone has invaded my apartment. What are you doing, Mona?
Missä se häirikkö on? Tuolla se istuu sängyllä.
Where is the troublemaker? Sitting here on the bed.
No niin, pöksyt jalkaan ja sitten mennään. Sä siis oikeesti kutsuit poliisit.
Well, get your pants on and let's go. So you really did call the police?
Nyt sä särjit mun sydämen.
Now you really broken my heart. that's the end of the first comic.
And the artist was Eine.
So the next one we have is Pride by Nina Mutik, and it's going to be totally in English. It's the Pride Month! This year, I'll celebrate by drawing some of the prejudiced comments I've gotten this year, but as me saying them as straight mono cis folks. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I had a heterosexual phase too. You'll get over it. Monogamy is just having commitment issues. How can anyone be so untrustful that they need to control their partner's sex life? What? You have a gender? Why do you need to make things complicated for me? Your one and only partner, monogamous? Ew, disgusting. I know you're monogamous, hetero, and a cis woman, and I just want to say that I totally accept you.
My wife and I...
Why do you have to bring up your heteronormativity all the time? You should not dress like your gender, girl. You'll never get a queer date. Dear majority, think before you speak. The second one is Fragile Masculinity by Nina Mutik. This as well is going to be in English. Just by existing. Did I fuck your toe or something? Fine, I'll go somewhere else to draw. Okay, so the next one is the teacher, and this one both of us will be doing together.
Yeah, and it is in English entirely.
Yeah.
It is by an artist called Nea Runne.
As a kid, I attended to a nearby elementary school. We got a new teacher that had a reputation of being very fun. He was also said to be very easygoing. This naturally got us very excited.
So cool! Yeah, maybe less homework?
Well, I guess this was somehow true. Except someone forgot to mention about his sudden rage fits he got when someone was misbehaving in the class.
Shut up! Shut up! How can you be so stupid?
At some point, a rumor about our teacher started to spread.
Hey, did you hear? Really? Oh, yeah. So I heard that's gross.
According to this rumor, he also had a bit of a darker reputation. He used to lift girls by their back pockets.
Stop gossiping and go to your seat.
No one wanted to be left alone with him.
I thought you had a meeting with the teacher. Well, I'm not going.
Especially none of the girls.
Try me like one of those French girls, Jack.
I'd fuck her.
Once we were watching Titanic with the class, and he made some weird comments all the time. Some of the brave girls in my class,
This has to stop. Yeah. Let's talk to the principal.
decided that enough is enough. And that resulted to
did you complain about me? What did I do?
Absolutely nothing. Later on, it was revealed that my classmates weren't the only one making complaints about the teacher. But life went on, and we graduated from elementary school.
Bye. See ya.
Years later, an old classmate posted a news article in a Facebook group. It was about our teacher. He had been convicted of sexual abuse of a child.
I knew it all the time. It was honestly just a matter of time. Oh my God.
No one was surprised. Our elementary school principal was interviewed to a local newspaper.
This came out of nowhere. I never saw this coming. So horrible.
But it did not come out of nowhere. No one was listening when it really mattered. Okay, the next one, you wanna?
Yeah. So it's half Finnish and we have the English translation. Artist is Piri Huhtanen and the Finnish title is Vitun väen veri. Vitun väen veri. Sanat saatanan suurmiehille, loppumeliekkäinä loimua. Kammoksuttavat kaunaiset kapitalismille, paiseet päihinnä puhkeaa. Piru parahtakoon patriarkaatille, esteet estämme, erkaantukaa.
The words for the fucking great men. Your end is flaming in dirt. The dreadful grudge for capitalism. Let abscesses sprout on your heads. Let the devil cry out to the patriarchy. Let barriers diverge in front of us.
Vittu vieköön voimanne. Maahan mahtisonnit maatukoot, suohon sortajat suistukoot. Perkele porvarit polttaa, haudan lepo heiltä heitteille.
The cunt shall take your power. The mighty bulls shall decompose. The oppressors shall slip in the swamp. Perkele, burn the bourgeois. Left without the rest in peace.
Vielä vallananastajat verissään vakoon vajoavat. Vitut virsissä, värssyissä, voitokkaina, vapahtajina.
Let the ones who steal the power, covered by blood to a cleft, descend, cunts in the hymns, psalms, and poems, victorious as the saviors.
And then we have a small word of explanation from the translator of this poetic language. Would you like me to read that? Because this is quite a specific case. There is some nodding. Notions about the comic Vitun väen veri, the blood of the cunts folk. The comic is written in the form that resembles the traditional Karelian or Finnish poetic folk tales. This form of lyrics can be found in the national epic of Finland, Kalevala. Nowadays the roots of Kalevala are discussed from a decolonization perspective, since the Karelian culture, living partly in the area of Finland and partly Russia, has been assimilated to the majority cultures for quite a long time. In Finland, there are, for example, activists getting Karelian voices more heard and their language active again in contemporary culture. This kind of folk poetry is originally meant for singing. Actually, many of the poems that have been written down are some kind of eulogies or spells. People might sing for the woods to give them hunting prey, or sing for the bear to stay away from the house and the cows. In these comics, the attitude is like a powerful feminist spell. So, väki, folk. In the old pantheistic folk mythology, everything has its väki, some kind of bunch of spirits that belong to that thing. It was possible to communicate with the river, for example, by singing to the river's folk, with fire by singing to the fire's folk, etc. In this comic, we are talking about the Kant's folk, which basically doesn't mean human persons, but more like the spirits that control the power of the Kant as an entity. And vittu, or Kant, back in the days in ancient Finland, vittu was a powerful magical word. It was believed, for example, that during menstruation it was a gate between this world and the underworld, where the dead lived. Ritually showing one's vittu towards the forest could work as a powerful spell for scaring away the bears and wolves. While nowadays vittu is used as a swear word, similar to fuck, it once was one of the most powerful and respected words, something deeply connected to the ability to recreate life. As Christianity came to Finland, in some prayers, Saint Mary was asked to throw holy water from her vittu, in Finnish, vitustasi vettä visko. Maybe in the intersection of overlapping old and new beliefs, this was a metaphor to the holiest thing that could be imagined. In this comic, the old folk mythology meets contemporary feminism.
So the next comic is The Wrong Me by Veronica Solomon.
Oh God, I hate my nose. And these hairs everywhere. Disgusting. And this, what is this? My feet just don't look right. And this stupid scar that won't heal. And all these new moles I have. I wonder which one of you is going to kill me. Pathetic. But you know what? None of this matters. I'm not even me. I am the wrong me. That's what a psychiatrist told me a long time ago. You see, my childhood was complicated. And so, after my father died, and I got a nice bit of money that my mother found in an old bag in the garage, I thought to invest into some psychotherapy. You are not you. You are the wrong you right now. What the fuck? We need to find out who would you have become if all those things wouldn't have been done to you. Wait a minute. What if I could be everything I ever wanted to be? Do everything I never could? I could stop chewing my fingers bloody and be able to wear long nails. I could have a small waist, wear high heels, wear makeup without crying, have a tiny nose, long wavy hair, a tight gap. I could wear girly clothes. I could be more confident, stop needing validation from others, be less competitive, never overeat again, laugh at salads. make anyone feel stronger and smarter, end world hunger, fix climate change, and bring peace on Earth. Too bad, the wrong me took the money and went to South America.
Okay, the next comic is called Rakdeli by Carolina Kollinen.
It's important to choose good companions for your healing journey. There is strength in numbers. I used to think that my healing was entirely up to, well, me and my self-reflection. Don't get me wrong, it is important, but I've learned it's not the whole story after all. My fear of intimacy used to hold me back. It told me I could heal entirely on my own, and for a long time I'd stay cautious, even around my closest friends. They'd do their thing, and I was just sort of there, not entirely. Lately, I've learned to let others in and allow them to know me, the real me, with my flaws and all. It wasn't easy, but now I'm glad I did. In the end, we're all social beings, and I've never felt this seen and fulfilled and loved.
This was the last comic we had. Thank you. Thank you for...
Would anyone want to say anything about the comics?
Do you have any questions?
Any questions? Yes?
You want to tell us how your collective came together and what you do, like outside of like selecting comics together, maybe publishing them?
So the question was that how did our collective come together and what other things we do? We started in 2013. And we were inspired by Swedish feminist comics collective called Dotterbolaget, and we thought that what they were doing was really awesome. They started because they thought that they don't want to compete between each other, but they wanted to do things together and like lift everyone up together. So we thought that was super inspiring. And what did we do in the beginning? Well, we actually had a residency with Dotterbolaget where we heard all of these things, and that means that there is a Finnish very old feminist organization which has been already started at the suffragette times, late 19th century, called Unioni, and they have like some resources that they give to other feminist groups. So they let us lend their villa, and we could have a residency there with these Swedish comic artists. So we would bring some artists from Finland and some from Sweden, and then they told us that how are they organized and how they, why did they get organized and how are they organized, and all the forms that what they do, like they used to do zines and exhibitions and always have open calls. And for Dotterbolaget, the idea was that no matter if you just like started making comics yesterday or if you have done it 10 years, you will be at the same level and everyone can participate, everything. So there would be like no gatekeeping, but like doing things together. And we thought that was like really awesome. And so we started doing the same thing in Finland. And I'm saying but I can't tell you the exact number of people because we don't have an association, so we don't have like an association fee or anything. This means that when you participate some of our events or like workshop or residency or like this exhibition we have in radikal now, we had an open call and we have 20 artists, and some of them I don't know even personally, or we in the curator group don't know. You want to say something?
I think, we also believe that it's not just, especially like with this exhibition call, the intention was that we don't want to connect just with the people we know, so it has to be called upon people who are interested, who probably do not have the opportunity if they are not networked in these kind of spaces, and we know that always the networks operate with so much power. So that we incorporated the works. A lot of our intention is also around taking works of artists or creating this non-precious space of like, when it's like the art is kind of can also be process work. It doesn't have to be super finished for you to show it to people. So that was kind of the intention behind the call, but also the collective encourages that. And I'm fairly a new member of the collective, and I kind of come in and out based on my work priorities. But yeah, it's a super welcoming space, and everyone's priorities, their conditions in like Finland or coming from somewhere else is respected. So that's one of the priorities also of the collective.
Yeah, it's like the idea that comics can be for everyone, and you don't have to go to an art school, or you don't have to have like. I'm also thinking, because there's a lot of people. Traditionally, there has been like, I could say that there have been like waves of people coming in and then going out when things change. For example, we had quite many years we had this process of having new trans law in Finland. So all of a sudden there was a lot of people in Femicomix Finland who wanted to change the law, and they wanted to make comics about it and campaigns about it, and also find peer support. And then when the law passed, and it's not perfect, but it's way better than the one before, then it felt like, okay, like all the trans activists who had been doing comics in Femicomix, now they are like, now let's get on with our lives and just be people. and another thing that is, I think, still going on is what you can see in the comics is need for peer support for people who have like problems with mental health, because like there's a lot of people who have burnout already, like students, and that's also something that goes on, and I don't see that that's going away, unfortunately.
I think one part was also about publishing and exposing the works. So we don't have a publishing like a collective. What do we with the Femicomix thing?
No, we don't do anything regularly.
Yeah, but what the ethos kind of is that whenever Femicomix is participating in a festival or selling comics, so it's like it has contributions from several people who are making work within the context of feminist work, and
we have a distro which is selling zines and stickers and books and stuff, and we usually have open call before events that now we are looking for these kind of things, and if you feel that your work is anti-racist, feminist, queer, some of these things. I mean, it has to be anti-racist anyway. So there are some things that we wouldn't, give up. So usually we haven't had trouble so far. No one has proposed anything that wouldn't go, but So then we just we take 15% for the like travel costs and so on, but otherwise the money goes directly to the artists. And we actually have Femidistro there.
Please go and buy some stuff.